At 6:03, continuing coverage in just a couple of hours from now, a big hearing tied to that January shooting inside a Newport News Elementary School.
A judge could decide whether a teacher who was shot inside of her own classroom can sue the school system for millions of dollars, or if it's a workers' compensation case.
News 3, of course, has been on top of this story for about 10 months now. Anchor Anthony Sabella continuing that coverage this morning. Anthony's live outside the courthouse in downtown Newport News.
So, Anthony, between the two choices, the lawsuit or a workers' compensation case, what's the difference in money here?
Hey, good morning. Well, attorneys for the Newport News School Board say should the judge decide this is a workers' compensation issue, Zwerner could get up to around 9 years of pay and a lifetime of medical benefits. But you got to look back to that lawsuit she filed against the school system back in April, $40 million. So there really is a lot of money at play here when this hearing gets started here around 10 a.m. in the courthouse across the street behind me here. But you have to go back to the very beginning for this as well, right? January 6th of this year, that's when police say a 6-year-old first grader shot his teacher, Abby Zwerner, inside Richneck Elementary School. She resigned in March and then the next month filed that big lawsuit accusing the district of ignoring what she says were multiple warnings on the day of the shooting that the boy had a gun. Now, in their initial response, attorneys for the school board argued that it's not reality to believe that young children don't pose any dangers to teachers and that this was a workers' compensation issue. Well, fast forward to August, both sides agreed on a stipulation that no first grade teacher in Newport News schools would expect or anticipate getting shot as part of their job, though the school's attorneys still argued Zwerner's injuries were workplace related and that this case is for workers' comp. Now, since then, both sets of attorneys have been building their respective cases for today's hearing. They are expected to argue their sides before a judge. Again, the hearing's set to start at 10 o'clock this morning. It could be as soon as today, we're told, that the judge could make the decision on whether or not Zwerner has the right to sue the school system. A trial that right now would be scheduled for January of 2025. But if not, if the judge decides that this is in fact a workers' compensation issue, we're told, according to attorneys, that the lawsuit would end today, would end once that decision comes down. Now, Zwerner's attorneys say she actually is likely to be here inside the courtroom today, though she won't be called as a witness. Of course, we are planning to be in there as well. So you want to stick with News 3 for full coverage throughout the day, both on air and online. We're going to be watching closely to see if a judge makes that decision, and we'll pass along any updates as soon as we can. Reporting live here in downtown Newport News, I'm Anthony Sabella. We'll send it back to you.
Anthony, thank you. It's also important to know that Deja Taylor, the mother of the boy who police say shot Zwerner, was initially scheduled to be in court today, too, for a sentencing hearing on a felony child neglect charge. However, that hearing we know was continued to December.